Hush, Bubba.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 79, year 3. Today we're going to talk about championship weekend as well as the football from last weekend. We're going to talk about my upcoming Super Bowl trip to Cabo. And we're going to have a big announcement today regarding my future. So the Mouthpiece is next. Yo, I'm back. I'm through 2.5 weeks of fucking COVID. We had to miss Flashy's birthday party. So we're going to try and all celebrate his birthday party today. Flash! We're going to have everyone sing you happy birthday at once because you made it to 20. Yes, you did. You're so cute. Everybody was so happy. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to celebrate your birthday because I couldn't get Danny to come over because Daddy got COVID. So, anyways, you want to sing happy birthday to Flash now? Or are you going to run away? You want your birthday? Everybody sing happy birthday to you, Flash?
We'll close out with that.
We'll close out with that.
More people on.
All right, so, anyways, how's it going, everybody? Yeah. Hi, birthday boy. You're old, man. You're like 2 weeks over 20 now. Wow. So, anyways. Oh, so many things to talk about. Let's start off with the football games last week. Somehow, there's a coach that lives in America that led a game with 13 seconds to go. That coach decided why squib kick it when they have 13 seconds. Why rush 6 and drop back 5 with 13 seconds when you could kick it deep, rush 3, and drop back 8 with a team that has 3 timeouts. Now, you drop back 8, 20 yards deep, they're going to catch it 20 yards deep in about 3 seconds and go to the ground, and 2 completions, and they make a field goal, and that Buffalo coach still has a job. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Now, the Rams, they were trying everything they could do and fucking possibly to lose. Matter of fact, they just kept saying, please, we don't want to win. It's Brady's last game. We don't want to win. Take the game from us. And then Bruce Arians said, cover 0, all out blitz, no timeouts, Rams, hold my beer. That was some great coaching. Now, we have the Tennessee coach. He has one team that has sacked the other team 9 times. 9 times. That's an NFL matching record. And somehow, on 3rd and 1, he goes quarterback rollout, loss of 1. Drop Derrick Henry into the backfield 8 yards, loss of 2. And somehow, they still had the ball back with Cincinnati having 0 chance to win. And he threw an interception and gave them the game. Congratulations on your play calls. Now, let's go to the Green Bay game. All we have to do is bring 5 guys back to make sure the punt don't get blocked, and we go to the NFC Championship game. With that said, sorry, they had no problem blocking a field goal of 28 yards and blocking a punt of whatever. These coaches have jobs. Literally, they get jobs. They get paid like between $3 and $10 million a year. You just wonder in the world, how do people like this get jobs like this? It truly is amazing. So, even I don't figure it out. I can't figure it out. So that's what's going on with that. anyways, championship weekend tomorrow. I have gone against the Rams all year. I don't know. I think the Rams are going to win this time. I don't know why. But how do you go against San Francisco? They just beat the Rams, Dallas. I mean, who the fuck is texting me? I tell them I'm having a podcast. I mean, what is wrong with these fucking people? Oh, my God. Turn this shit off. We don't have to worry about it. The Rams, I don't know. I mean, they gave away the game to Frisco. They tried desperately to give away the game to the Brady bunch. And I think Frisco's got a much better defense, but we'll see. That's going to be an interesting game. I mean, I might be crazy here, but I watched Cincinnati life and death to beat the Raiders. Then I watched Cincinnati completely get dismantled and somehow win. This is the same Raider team they needed to hold off a last-second touchdown to tie that Kansas City beat 98-23 in 2 times. Even when they went into Cincy a couple weeks ago playing for the number 1 seed, I mean, they led by 14 twice. I might be crazy here. I don't think Cincy has a chance. But what do I know? Looks like Kansas City and Frisco, Kansas City and the Rams. I really have no opinion. I've gone against Kansas City all year long. I said their defense sucks shit, and I had no problem proving that right as Josh Allen lit them up like a Christmas tree. Unfortunately, the loss of Demarius White for Buffalo in Week 9 came back to haunt them late in that game because they couldn't stop Mahomes at all. So, got no idea. I'll be going to Cabo Super Bowl weekend. I'm staying at a really, really nice place. It's called Casa de Palma. It's Rusty Wallace's Cabo Resort. We stayed there 2 years ago when Frisco played Kansas City. We're going back again, and should be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. Yours truly is an idiot. I went to go check my passport before I left, and I noticed that it was expired. So now I go to get a new passport, and I walked into the Communist Federal Post Office, and they said, "Sorry, Mikey, us communists say no passports for 5 to 7 weeks because of COVID." Oh, wonderful. No passports 5-7 weeks because of COVID. But if you know a congressman or a senator, they can expedite it for you. Well, lo and behold, I know a few of them. And I went to Dallas and got me my passport in 1 day. There's where your inequality is not fair. Equality is not fair because you know somebody. You get it taken care of. But I got my passport while I was in Dallas. So speaking of Dallas, for all of you that don't know that I was in Dallas all week, I went down to Dallas to check out a card room called Dallas Poker House with the intent of possibly buying it and taking it over. And even though some other card room down there got their license pulled, I did a lot of research, and this card room is a standalone card room in a different district with their own parking, and it doesn't look like this card room is going to get its license pulled. So yours truly decided to go all in on the Dallas Poker House, and will be moving from Las Vegas to Dallas as soon as I get back from Super Bowl weekend. It's me and my friend Jason and my friend Todd are in a joint venture to turn the Dallas Poker House into the number one card room in all of Texas. I believe what I bring to the table and my experience in poker will be able to do this. We plan on having live stream 3 days a week. I played in a bunch of private games when I was out there. Met a lot of people. Played in some of the biggest games I've ever seen. And I talked to them, and we're gonna be spreading a lot of the live streams onto Dallas Poker House Live. So that's what's going on with them. I am very, very, very excited to take, what does LeBron used to say? Take his talents to South Beach. I'm going to take my talents to Dallas, Texas. God, I can't believe I'm leaving Vegas. I've lived here since I was 10 years old. But I really felt, I'll let you guys in on a little bit of info. I talked to you guys about 2 podcasts ago talking about looking into buying Johnny Chan's room. That ended up being a really bad situation in which I passed on it. I think that was about 6 weeks ago. I then went on a joint venture, scouring through Texas of what was going to be best for me and for what I think would be best to make the most money long term. As I priced everything out, what it was going to cost to open a room, where we were looking to open a room, the best place to go, did I want to start from scratch? I got a call from the Dallas Poker House. Matter of fact, hold on, guys. Put a little Dallas Poker House hat on here, and they were interested in doing something with me. The fact that I have a lot of people with a lot of money looking to invest and do something good. I kind of looked down at their offer. Now, I went down there really not having any idea what we were looking for. You know what I mean? What I didn't know if this was a dump, if it needed a lot of work. I had no idea. And as it turns out, the owners put over $3 million into this card room. It's truly, and I'm not saying it because I now own a pretty big piece and that I'll be running it, but it's the nicest standalone card room I've ever been to, and I've been all over the world. So that's a big statement. I kind of fell for what I was seeing. I saw the potential, and I spent the week there doing some meetup games and negotiating what we can do as far as for myself. With that said, we do have a $250,000 free roll that runs from February 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Those are 4 flights. And also February 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, which are 4 more day 1 flights. So if anybody wants to go down to the Texas Card House, not the Texas Card House, I say that again, I'll kill myself, to the Dallas Poker House, if they want to go down to the Dallas Poker House, and take a shot at $250,000 in free money, and it is a free roll. Jump on down. I will show you dates. Like I said, when they start, I'll be showing you structure sheets, and I'll have that out by the end of the week. So there it is. I mean, when you go down to the Dallas Poker House, the only thing you'll be required is to pay a $10 membership, and the tournament will be free for you with $250,000. So that's just the beginning. This tournament's been planned for them for months. So my job is to promote it to all of you guys, and anybody who is in Texas, in Dallas, with nothing to do, come check us out. Dallas Poker House, $250,000 free roll.
Your boy John Garza's down there, right?
Well, no, he lives in Houston.
Oh.
So that's kind of it. It was an amazing week for me. Met amazing people. I played in 3 unbelievable home games. They know how to do it right in Dallas. Between the girls, the games, and oh man, I saw this. This is some beautiful, beautiful home games, and I'm not sure how much money I'm going to make off the Dallas Poker House. I'm hoping to make a lot and turn this into a powerhouse. I mean, we even have dreams of putting Mike the Mouth poker houses all over Texas. So, we got to start off somewhere, and then see how many of these we can build here in the next 5 years, and hopefully turn Texas poker into a absolute powerhouse. Now, a lot of people will listen to this podcast and they'll say, well, TCH just got their license pulled and they're closing down everything in Dallas. Well, that's just not true. They're closing down that place in Dallas. Possibly. They have an appeals set up for 2 weeks. But if they don't, I actually want the place to succeed, because the more poker we have in a small group area, the better it is for poker. And in Dallas has a lot of rich people. I mean, I played in some high stakes home games that one of the guys who put me in for a 30% free roll because the game was an enormous game told me, and of course I lost, or I wouldn't be telling you this, said, oh, don't worry, Mike. Come back next week, you'll win a couple hundred. Anyways, he says there's a different home game goes every day, 7 days a week. So I'll be playing home games while running this club, while doing everything I can to do whatever I can, We have pretty much everything set up. You wrote, can I keep up with the lodge? Well, I was at the lodge in June. Nice people. The lodge is a cafeteria. Dallas Poker House is a poker room, okay? The lodge is a cafeteria in a strip mall. Dallas Poker House is a powerhouse card room, standalone with 700 parking places, a valet, and a hotel across the street. So if you're asking, can I keep up with the lodge? No problem. But I'm not in business to hurt the lodge or hurt anywhere in Austin, Texas. Austin is 3-hour drive from Dallas. So I wish Doug well. I hope it blows up, because the more his place blows up, the more my place will blow up, the more Texas poker will blow up. So, there's an old saying, if you always want success of other rooms around you for the best of poker. Things I talk about all the time on here, that I've really been against, max late registrations, unlimited re-entries, because I feel they hurt. I feel they hurt poker. I've been around 25 years. 25 years, November 26th of this last year. I'm not the smartest guy sometimes, but when it comes to poker, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I know how to run a room. I know what it takes to build a room. I know what it takes to make people happy in a room. And so it's really a good situation. I mean, I've been so happy. I was struggling with my health the last 2 days where I lost my ability to walk and felt like I was paralyzed yesterday. Went to the hockey game, Dallas Stars. They suck. They fucking suck. They lost 5. They were down 5-0 at the end of the second period, and we left the game. We're like, get the fuck. And here's another thing. After being at T-Mobile and watching the Golden Knights play and going to American Airlines Arena where the Stars and the Mavericks play, this fucking arena's a dump. I'm like, what the fuck? This is one of the dumpiest arenas I've ever seen. Sorry, Dallas. I didn't mean to rip on you guys, but it is. So, do I really have to be a Dallas Cowboy fan now? Come on, man. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I mean, I just can't fucking do it. So, I just can't fucking do it. I can't be a Dallas Cowboy fan. So, I guess the thing that scares me the most. Sorry, John, can't be a Dallas Cowboy fan. Let you fucking suffer by yourself, buddy. Suffer by yourself. After I closed the deal and everything yesterday, I was a little bit nervous. I mean, I haven't left Vegas since I was 10 years old. Wanted to leave for 25 years, never did. Going out on this new adventure, knowing I'm going to have to work real hard to accomplish my goals. And all you guys that watch me know how hard I work. When my documentary comes out in the middle of the year next year, you guys are going to get a real perspective of the pain that I go through and how hard I work, and the advantage that everybody has over me in playing poker from my injury, yet I'm still able to compete at the highest level. So I put my mind to it. You work and good things happen, Can't play the victim. Can't blame people. I did that 5 years with my injury. So I'm pretty excited. But I cried a little bit last night because I'm a little nervous, I have to move my baby boys and girls, to Dallas. I didn't know how I'm going to do it. And now I figured it out. I'm going to get the biggest motorhome you can drive. And Danny, hello, Danny, will be driving it to Dallas for me. This way, the cats can run around the motorhome, not go crazy on the little 16-hour drive. And I was like, man, I can't drive them and keep them all locked up in a cage for fucking 8 hours. They might have a heart attack, especially a little flashy. So I am nervous. I mean, even, moving Flash, cross country is, very nerve-wracking. He's doing great, but, it's very, very, very nerve-wracking. So, listen, I've had a little bit of anxiety the last 2 days as I was working out the details for the room and stuff, and making my presentation and stuff. But I feel really good about this. And once all you people everybody listens to the podcast, my social media following, I'm going to do lots of interviews and different podcasts to talk about the room. Once all the newness of it gets around and gets done, I'm just going to be working, and it's definitely. I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't have done what I've done unless I believe that this will be the nicest poker room in all of Texas. I didn't want to go for a half-assed room. I went down on the lodge in June. I ran into Doug down there, and we talked a lot. And the lodge is really nice. The people are really nice, but it's poker tables in a strip mall with a poker that looks like a cafeteria. It doesn't give you the feel of a really nice poker room, where when you walk in a Dallas Poker House, you will feel like, wow, this place is amazing. So, I have so many ideas that I'm going to bring to this club, and I plan on making it the number one destination in all of Texas. And Florida had poker. In 2013, when they went from $100 max buy-ins to unlimited, poker blew up in 2013, 2014, 2015. This is the cusp of it. Hasn't even started to even break the ice here in Texas. It's truly amazing, and hopefully I get into it before before it blows up. And my goal is to bring a $1 million guarantee to Texas, to the card house, the poker house, every day. Not every day, every once a month. So that's the goal. $1 million guaranteed tournament to the poker house at least once a month, maybe once every 2 months. That's about probably 6 months down the road. Our live stream should be amazing. And it just depends on how much money we decide to put in it. We've already got the table, we've got the cameras, we've got the soundboards, we've got everything. So either way, there's going to be lots of special guests doing special announcing on the poker stream. And, that's it, man. So, that's going on in my life. I have somehow found a way, since you guys last saw me 3 weeks ago with COVID, to celebrate Flash's 20th birthday, to get COVID, to uproot what.
Twice in 6 months, by the way, fully vaccinated.
By the way, that's fully vaccinated and COVID twice in 6 months out of the 15 times I went outside. You could take your mask mandates, your fucking face diapers, and your communism and shove it up your ass, because vax don't work. Oh, I can't say that. They're going to fucking deplatform us. Sorry. Vax work. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. They've now
removed 3 of our episodes.
They removed now 3 of our episodes, because that's what communist fucking scumbag Nazis do. And they didn't like what we said about the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear their narrative. It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated, even though the vaccinated spread more COVID than the unvaccinated do. All right, we're not talking about any of that shit anymore, because right now it's all about poker. Because we don't want the commies closing down my YouTube channel. So we'll just wait 2 more years to the idiots back in office, and then they take big tech and they destroy them when he destroys them all, and that'll be the end of that. So anyways, with that said, we are going to take some phone calls. Anybody wants to talk to me, talk about anything to do with the new Poker House Dallas, and whatever else you all want to talk to me about. So let's light up the line.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
702-329-0480. Give us a call. Tell me what you want to talk about. Football, the Dallas Poker House, my life, my trip to Cabo coming up. Let's go. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for taking my call. Hey, I'm calling from St. Louis. I just want to say, watched you for years. Very entertaining. Thank you for being one of the most entertaining poker players on TV. Couple questions. First of all, have you ever thought about going on the Alex Jones show? Because I'm sure he would love to have you as a guest. Yeah,
but now that I've listen, I got a lot of people that could have me as a guest. But now that I bought the Dallas Poker House, I'm going to try and somewhat stay apolitical on the podcast, because even one thing I'll say, Dallas is...
You are fake news.
Dallas is very, very right-wing, very far. But there's still plenty of people on the left, so I don't want to... I'm not into insulting half my fan base.
Yeah, you don't want to alienate, your players.
So,
I get that, yeah.
Part of the deal I signed to is I'm going to be running the Mouthpiece podcast once a week out of the card room. Maybe as much as twice a week. Haven't decided yet. Depends how business is going. So going to have to kind of back off on the political a little bit. Not to mention the fact we have YouTube that took down 3 of our episodes and gave us a strike because they're communists. That's why. That's what.
Well, yeah, they're taking down everybody.
Of course, they're going to take down everybody.
It started with Alex Jones, and now they're demonetizing Steven Crowder, and they're going after everybody.
They're going after everybody. They're trying their hardest to get Joe Rogan. Spotify told him to go suck a big giant dick. So.
Oh yeah, with
They took Barry Manilow and fucking Neil Young off their off Spotify. They told him go fucking suck.
I didn't even hear about the Barry Manilow. There's some chick that tried to stand up for it too, and they took her music off of there too.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it, man. This guy. See, we have dialogue in this country. It's called free speech. You call me if I disagree with you. We talk about it. Okay. We don't get a bunch of flaming fucking communist leftists get to tell us what we can hear or what we can't hear that doesn't fit their narrative. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, and I mean, you're not gonna have a Neil Young telling them what to do. It's not like they've got Metallica or fucking AC/DC telling them to. They're never gonna do that. It's some washed up hasn't made a good song in over 30 years.
Yeah, it's funny they say disinformation. It's not. What's disinformation when Joe Rogan has invited Fauci on. He has invited all the crazy narrative people on. Why do they turn him down if they want to change? If they want to say it's fake disinformation, because they know it's not disinformation.
He'll have a conversation with anybody.
Anybody. The reason why
he doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, he doesn't discriminate. He has normal dialogue. The reason why they won't go on the Joe Rogan show is because they know he'll ask tough questions, and they'll be exposed for the communist, socialist scum that they are. And it's the truth of the matter is it's really sad, because in this country we need 2 parties. It's like the country's 5 degrees right and 5 degrees left. Okay, it's always been that way. It always will be that way. And when Trump first got in office, they pulled him pretty far right. That's why he got rid of him pretty quick. you know? And now we're dealing with far left loony bins on the left that are following the 5% on Twitter. And you just can't, they're basing policy based on nutballs. In other words, like, I have a lot of friends that are on the left, you know, but they're not educated that what is actually being done in this country right now. You see what I'm saying? They have no idea of the censorship. It's so funny. The left has always been for free speech, but now they're standing for censorship. Basically, if they don't like what somebody else is saying, censor them. Well, guess what? When the shoe's on the other foot, let's see how they like it. Anybody who's an American should be against all censorship of all speech, no matter whether you agree with it or disagree with it. That's just the bottom line, you know? So...
Yeah, and the thing is, like, if what we're saying was wrong, why would they have to censor it?
Exactly. You know,
right?
The crazies on the left will say, well, that's because it's disinformation. Well, no, that's not why. It's not why. Use your brain. Don't use groupthink. You know what I mean? They're censoring it because they know it's the truth.
Exactly. So... one more question I wanted to ask you. So, you know, Las Vegas and I believe Nevada as a whole, right, is going the wrong direction.
Yeah,
it's pretty blue. They still got a mask mandate there, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to start requiring vaccines later this year, probably.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want. I'm not trying, and I'm telling YouTube right now, don't censor me or pull this down. But I just want to ask the question: if vaccines do nothing to stop the spread of COVID, and you're 33% more likely to spread COVID if you're vaxxed, why are they mandatory vaccines? That's my only question. I'm not trying to put out disinformation, or I just want to know the answer. Nobody will give me that answer. Nobody will give me that answer.
You know, they say, oh, maybe the first two didn't work, so just take this third one and that'll work. And they're like, oh, well, the third one didn't work.
Well, how about, listen, this is, there's no fake information here. Go look it up. In Israel. Israel is the only quadruple vax country in the whole world. They've taken 4 shots, 2 shots and 2 boosters. Okay? They have a mask mandate and a vaccine mandate. And they have the highest amount of cases per capita of any country in the world. So let's fucking come together and stop separating people based on bullshit and lies. You know, that's it.
Well,
stop the bullshit.
What I want to
lies.
ask you: Do you think Vegas is going to start requiring vaccines to gamble? And if so, do you think
never
gambling is
never? I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised they still have the vax mandates. Now, here's something that I just have to say, because my favorite word now I use is we are living in a clown world. Literally living in a world of clowns, like literal ass clowns.
Oh, of course.
So I went to the Dallas Stars game last night. And this is Texas. They have no mask mandates unless you go into a federal building. Now, when I went to get my passport in the federal building, I mean, I'll tell you, it's hard to, I couldn't even say it with a straight face. So I go there and I'm walking in and they're like, you can't walk in without a mask. All right, well, you have one? No. But you could run across the street to 7-Eleven and buy some. Anyway, my friend runs across the street, gets 2 paper face diapers that do nothing, put one on each of our face. We walk in. As we're going in through the federal building, they're going through my fanny pack. They make me empty every single thing out of the fanny pack because I had about $20 in quarters, nickels, and dimes at the bottom of it. And they literally made me empty every one of them out. I'm like, well, just open it up and look through it. What are you looking for? Spent like 10, whatever. Finally get in there, get the, get my passport and everything. But the strictness of the fucking commie masks or something pretty unbelievable. So,
well, they just want to see it comply because you know how many bars I've walked into where, you know, you can walk in, you got to wear the mask to walk in, but once you sit down, you can take it off. So I'll walk right up to the bar. I'll walk right up to the bar and I'll sit down and they'll still tell me to put on the mask because I never had it on in the first place. And I'm like, I'm already sitting down. And they're like, no, you got to put it on. They just want to see me do it.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, somebody just said a juicy 100, 200 game at the Lodge. Well, we're going to be we'll be having 2 4,000 and 4 8,000 games at the Texas Poker House. So
no shit.
Yeah, I mean, one of my friends who plays in the biggest game in the world said he's going to play. He'll have the game play on stream at least once a week. So that's going to bring a lot of viewership. So that should be good.
Well, out of my league, but if you got a 2-5 game, I'm down.
we do. We'll have a 2-5 game. We're going to be running 3 streams a week, probably 2-5, 25, 50, and then 100, 200, or this. I don't know. I mean, I think that they'll commit to this massive game once a month. I can't really ask them to do that once a week. I mean, that's a lot, especially some of the very famous people play in it. So we'll see what happens. But, going back to what you just said. So I go into the Dallas Stars game last night. I get dropped off at front because, I can't walk real well. My friend goes to park. I'm waiting for him, and the lady's like, need a mask to walk in, need a mask to walk in. She's handing out paper fucking face diapers to everybody that this piece of paper over my fucking mouth would fucking cover it more than what they give. And then people are like, what the fuck? What do you mean we need a mask to walk in? This is Texas, right? We don't need no mask to walk in Texas, right? So now a guy next to me, he's from California. And he's like, what the fuck? He goes, I just moved from California to get out of these fucking insanity people. And now they're telling me I need to wear a mask to walk into the game. But that wasn't the point. You need a mask to walk through the security gates. And once you walk through the security gates, you can take your mask off. This is what you were just talking about. So I was in the Stars game. Not one person out of 20,000 people there had a mask on. But all 20,000 had to walk through the security gate with a mask on. To me, that's living in a clown world. Would you agree?
Mike, do you got to have a vaccine to get in there yet?
No.
Well, you need one to get into the Enterprise Center where the Blues play, along with a handful of other places in St.
Really? Even St. Louis? See, now, again,
yeah, well,
I just want to ask...
Missouri's a red state, but St. Louis ain't. St. Louis is...
yeah. I just want to ask the same question I always ask. I'm not trying to get YouTube to suspend me. I want to know why there is a vaccine mandate for a vaccine that does zero to stop COVID. In fact, there is proof that if you are vaccinated, you are more likely to spread COVID. Okay, with the Omicron variant, not with the Delta variant. Sorry, I want to make sure I get that straight. So nobody will answer me that. Nobody. How come? That's why Fauci will not go on Joe Rogan Experience, because Joe Rogan will shred him into pieces. So how is it disinformation when they ask Jake Tapper to come on Joe Rogan, when they ask Fauci to come on Joe Rogan, when they ask all these people pushing these crazy policies to go on? Why won't they go on if they want to?
Well, you know what Fauci said? Fauci said he wants to do a 15-minute interview, and Joe Rogan's like, no, we don't do that on my show. It's going to be, 2-3 hours, because 15 minutes is just long enough for him to,
just long enough for him to spin his way, because he's a political hack. It's just long enough for him to spin his way out of every question, because, I mean, you do 2-hour interview, and you're going to come across as truthful or not. And the thing that bothers me, so I think I brought this up on the podcast many times, is in 2019, there is a interview of Fauci being interviewed. This is like 6 months before the pandemic, talking about how to keep yourself safe from viruses. And they asked, what you should do. Should you wear a mask? And he said, laughing, wear a mask. He's like, masks don't do anything. They're just a safety blanket for people that don't know any better, right? He says, but what we need to do is exercise, vitamin D, go outside, and eat healthy. Well, this is what we've been saying for 2 years. Well, that entire clip has been taken down off YouTube. Think about the world we live in when it doesn't fit the narrative they're trying to push. That whole Fauci interview, that 15-minute clip of him laughing about masks, about him telling you about eat right, exercise, and get vitamin D is all down. They have it now where it just looks like we're living in a clown world, bro. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, you can't say to take vitamins and quit eating McDonald's or else you'll get banned. Because that doesn't make anybody money.
This is again. I don't want to. I'm trying to explain to my viewers whether you're on the left or right, because I don't know how this became political. By the way, well, they made the left made it political to get Trump out of office, and now it's backfired on them because they're we're elect me and we're going to eradicate the virus. Meanwhile, they had a record 3,400 people die yesterday. Okay, so how's Mr. Biden doing with the virus? This is what I don't wish it on anybody, but this is what happens when you politicize a respiratory virus for political gain. Now it's turned around as fair play, and now you're going to get politicized by the other idiots on the right. So, and it shouldn't be, because it's just like I told one of my buddies watching the podcast right now and who hated Trump, still does. Well, he's responsible for 200,000 deaths. He murdered them. No, he didn't. What are you, crazy? I mean, you think I'm going to sit there right now and say Biden is responsible for 650,000 deaths? He murdered them? Never. I would never do that, because a president can't stop a respiratory virus. And the people that think that they can are just a bunch of fucking clowns in a clown world. So, a lot of people are waking up what's going on. The fact that they have pushed Joe Rogan from the far left to the far right in less than a year. The fact that they have took Elon Musk from center left to the right in a year, that's not good for the people on the left. These are two of the most influential people. They're the biggest followings of anybody in the country. And that's why on the generic ballot, it's flipped 13 points in favor of the GOP. Now, the GOP is just as corrupt as the fucking left. The only difference is, I say it before, is the left makes up shit for political gain, propaganda. The right just uses real world experiences and just pushes it day after day for political gain. Like they'll push how anti-vaccine mandates they are, or how bad the border is, and they just do it every fucking day. And how I'll give you another example of propaganda on the right. Like, as soon as the Supreme Court justice announced that he was retiring the other day, and Biden said, I'm going to elect a female black Supreme Court judge. Okay, now this is propaganda on the right. So what do? They push, Biden says he's only nominating a black woman Supreme Court judge. And then they say, what does skin color have to do with it? You know what I'm saying? And then they expose that, okay? But that's propaganda. And the truth is, yeah, it's true. What does skin color have to do with who's qualified for a Supreme Court seat? See what I'm saying? But the right uses that as propaganda to make it look that they're racist against white. You see what I'm trying to say? I am so aware what propaganda is. That's the difference between me and people like this guy Brandon.
Like half the country. It's insane how many people don't see it for propaganda.
Well, the thing is I'll be honest with you. Let's talk. I'll call it like a spade. Is 95%, maybe 99% of all people, they work 9 to 5 jobs. They come home. They come to see their family. They eat dinner with their 2 kids. They turn on CNN, MSNBC, or Fox News for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Maybe they'll watch one show on each one. That's probably not, probably 30 minutes. And they think it's reality. You see what I'm saying? And it's not. So if they followed it religiously, like you do, I do, even some of my leftist friends that are watching this podcast right now, or people, they would form an opinion, whether they form a biased opinion on the left or whether they form a biased opinion on the right. So, but they're just not able to do that. So that's why they're not educated. That's why I always tell everybody, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, understand the media is the enemy of the people. It's one thing that Trump was right about. Listen, Trump was right about a lot of things, but he was a clown. He was a fucking other clown. And, you have to, but he exposed the media for what they are. And, I don't want to I hate pushing things, but everybody on here should follow this Twitter account called Defiant L. Okay. And every day he takes a tweet from 2 years ago or a year ago and matches it with a tweet with the same person 2 years later. And it's the anti this, why Trump was in office, and pro this when the other guy's in the office. And that's just brainwashing. See what I'm saying? So being able to expose the fact that they're all hypocrites but they don't even know they're hypocrites because they don't even remember what they said 2 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I think they do. I think it's just so ridiculous. They want to see how much they can just throw it in their face and get
when you see,
it's so preposterous.
There's one guy, Defiant L, he must retweet this guy's 5 times a week. It's like, I'm never taking the Trump fucking election vaccine. You couldn't make me take that vaccine if you put a gun to my head. And then the next tweet says, anybody who doesn't get vaccines, that's anti-American. I hope they all die. And so you ask yourself, what world are they in? You know what I mean? I don't even know, man. To me, that's why I try hard to expose it. But, right now I'm all in on this Dallas Poker House. I guarantee you that I will turn this place into the biggest, most thriving poker room in all of Texas. And if I don't, well, I ain't going to make any money. And everything I worked so hard for the last 3 years financially to get back on my feet will be all gone. So I'm going to try my hardest to do that. Yeah, Brandon, you're right. 40% of Americans that Trump are gullible, and the other 60% on your side are gullible too. So have a nice day. Yeah, it's easy to say 40% of Americans are gullible that are Trump supporters. Well, how about the other people that vote the other way? Anyways, I don't really want to be political tonight. I'm just going to see if I take another phone call. I appreciate your call, and you have a great weekend. Who do you like in the football this weekend?
I don't know. The Packers aren't playing, and that was
the Packers. How did they lose that game? How did they lose that game?
Well, they're 0-4 against San Fran in the playoffs. Did you know that?
So I asked 9 people at the table last night, which coach grenaded the game last week more than anybody? And your opinion is?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, all 9 of us at the table all agreed it was Buffalo, and I don't even think it's close. So,
I think so, huh?
Well, I mean, you led by 3 with 13 seconds to go, and you don't win the game. How much worse can you play?
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
All right, I'm going to take another call. I appreciate you calling, man. Have a great weekend, and God bless.
You too, Mike.
All right, later. Yeah. So, anybody will be able to play on our stream. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Buffalo coach, Kurt, right? It's not even close. Nobody can.
Your call has been forwarded.
Right. Yeah. Kurt, I like you, Kurt. You know what's going on. All the people that reject God, that's the downfall of this country.
Hello.
What's up? What's up, man? Lower your volume. Welcome to the Mouthpiece.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Yourself?
Good. Who's this?
This is Ken from California.
Hey, Ken. Ken from Commeyville. How you doing, buddy? What's going on down there?
Yeah, crazy, weird state, man. Good weather, though.
Yeah, the weather is good. The weather is good. Yeah. I just have no idea what they're doing to that state. But anyways, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, missed your. I thought you were going to be on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I got COVID, man, and I couldn't. Danny couldn't come over and do the podcast with me because I was like COVID positive for over 2 weeks straight, and I had a really bad bout of COVID, and so I wanted to do a big podcast for Flash's 20th birthday, and
yeah, dude, I was looking forward to that. Happy birthday, Flash! By the way.
Where's
Belated.
Where is he at? Is he on the couch over there sleeping? He'll be in a little bit. He likes to be a star, and so yeah, had a nice little birthday party for him, and I'm just glad that he made it to 20. So he had his surgery July 23rd of last year. So he's made it a little over 6 months now, and I fuck with him. I tell him all the time, listen, you cost me $10,000 to save your life. That's fucking
that's
$1,000 a month. If you make it any less than 10 months, I'm going to kill you. That's what I tell him every day.
Kill him after he's dead.
He's doing good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he looks healthy, man. He looks good.
Yeah, he's doing really good. So who you like in the football this weekend?
That's a good question, man. So, like the Bengals Chiefs game, what it was like the spread is still 7.5?
I saw 7. I mean, if it's 7.5.
Okay, it dropped down to 7. So yeah, probably some money came in on that, I would imagine. So they had to drop it, and that always makes me wonder because it almost feels like with the 7.5 spread, I mean, it's a lot of points, right?
Yeah, but
even with the shaky O line and all that, and
listen,
Mahomes,
listen, they got a shaky O line, right? Their defense, which struggled all year, has been a monster the last 2 games.
They've been good, man.
Last 3 games.
Yeah, although they're playing against Tannehill, so I mean.
Yeah, well, they did hold Mahomes to 3 points in the second half when Mahomes was playing for the number 1 seed. You got to remember that.
Yeah, they're playing for the number 1 seed. Yeah.
Right. So their defense is playing good, but I honestly, if you watch that game, I mean, they were up 14 on Cincinnati, not once but twice. And Jamar Chase had to break the record for the most receiving yards and receptions by a rookie in history in an NFL game for them to win by 3 at home. So
yeah, try doing that again in Arrowhead.
I'm listening to all these, I call ESPN and Fox Sports and all that thing. I call them the Fox News and CNN of the sports world. They just push propaganda.
I can't even
propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's so bad I can't even listen, bro.
Yeah, it's just all propaganda. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
when they got to do the 24/7, and also what gets me about those shows, the constant screeching and yelling and talking over each other.
Because it's not.
And you're right, it's just like CNN and Fox because all they're trying to do is elicit like emotion out of people.
Yes, but it's a fake debate. Analysis. It's a fake debate. Like when Stephen A. Smith debates fucking the guys, it's like they were in the back room at 2 hours earlier saying, what are we going to scream at each other for? It's just there's no reality to it. At least, whether you like it or not, when you watch Shannon and what's his name, the big Dallas Cowboy fan, on Fox Sports, what's his name? Fuck, I'm having a brain fart. You guys out there probably know.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy.
The guy that used to be Stephen A. Smith's partner, but he moved over to Fox.
Skip Bayless?
Skip Bayless, yeah.
No.
So at least when you watch Skip Bayless, he's an idiot. He's a tool, and Shannon.
Yeah.
But at least they don't.
With Brady today?
Yeah, no. But I know.
It's horrible.
I just know that this is typical fake news. They rushed to say Brady's retiring. Brady put out a statement today, said he's not made up his mind yet. He doesn't know where this has come from, right? Mm-hmm. So this is what fake news does, okay? Yep. And they want to be the first to a story, and a screaming A. Smith. That's a good one. I mean, Not only is he screaming A. Smith, but I call him racist A. Smith, because there's not one day that he'll say, well, the black coaches are being treated unfair and they're not being hired. And I'm just like, well, listen, I think what they did to Brian Flores in Miami was a joke. But when they come out like 2 days ago and say, well, Leslie Frazier should get an opportunity as a coaching job again. And my answer is, Leslie Frazier, the defensive coach of Buffalo? I said, that motherfucker should have been fired 5 minutes after the fucking game last week, and he should never see any coaching job.
I think before he walked off the field.
Yeah. Leslie Frazier. How could anybody even interview him for a coaching job when he couldn't even he couldn't even squib kick it and rush 6 people and literally make Mahomes uncomfortable? You know, like he was
or
so.
At least kick a floater, dude, into the to burn some time. You know what I mean? A sky ball inside the 10 or squib it.
Anything but kick it. Let's put it this way.
But what you did.
If they played 1 million times, the Saints win. I think maybe one. I mean, the Chiefs. I don't even understand what I witnessed, to be honest with you.
Now, that wasn't Frazier, though, right? Wasn't that special teams and head coach?
Well, on the kickoff, that is. Him fucking rushing 3 and having 8 back is Frazier, okay? And
yes, sir. Yes,
they played it like Kansas City had no timeouts. If Kansas City had no timeouts, yeah, you put 8 back. But the fact that you rush 3 and keep 8 back, you just throw it over the middle and you gain 20 yards easily. And now it takes 5 seconds.
Enough time to do it 3 times.
5 seconds. They did it 3 times, but 5 seconds, right? Well, he threw it away the second time, right? 5 seconds, and then it took 4 seconds, right? And now they kicked the field goal with 3. Well, that's what happens when you leave the whole middle of the field open and gave 20 yards. I couldn't comprehend what I witnessed. I watched Josh Allen literally play the perfect game for the second week in a row. And
he got robbed by his own team there, man, by his coaches. He really did.
He got robbed by his coaches?
There's no reason why they should have lost that game.
Impossible. I mean, the guy deserved the year before I thought he was ready. He wasn't, and he was ready. And that fucking KC defense was as big a sieve as I thought it was going to be. And people were like, well, the Honey Badger got knocked out. Well, how about Devarius White that got knocked out 6 weeks, the best cornerback in the league?
White, yeah.
You know? But what I don't understand, and again, I mean, this is again on McDermott, is once the Honey Badger got knocked out of the game, why did they just throw it every down? Like they did the last 3 possessions where they scored in like half a second. Why were they kept trying to run the ball? I understood the game plan was fine, but once the Honey Badger got knocked out, you just got to fucking target that rookie. You know, I don't understand what I witnessed. I don't. I saw 4 games last week.
That was pretty bad.
I think Tennessee wins 900 out of 1,000 times. Thought the coach handed it away. I think Green Bay wins 950 out of 1,000 times. I think they gave it away. I think Kansas City loses 999,999 out of 1,000 times. I think that coach gave that one away. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Rams
almost gave it away.
The Rams tried as hard as they could to give this game away. But when it was all said and done, the biggest coaching blunder was by the idiot on Tampa Bay. How do you go cover zero all out blitz with no timeouts?
No time to set it up. You have to set that up, dude. Those guys were starting from behind.
All you have to do is drop back into a semi-zone and rush 5 people, and the fucking and we're going to overtime. I mean, they wasted Brady and they only had the great comeback because the fucking Rams are so awful. You know, but
dude,
once they
made
fumbled,
really uncharacteristic turnovers.
Once they fumbled it before the half inside the 2, then they fumbled it again, and then they fumbled it again. But here, you don't think that this is on the Rams coach? They're down 14, the Brady bunch, with 3 minutes to go and no timeouts. Okay, you got to remember, they got the ball back twice down 14, went 3 and out both times. Okay,
right.
So now they get it back with 3 minutes, no timeouts. How do you go man-to-man instead of play zone and let them catch anything over the middle and use time? They went man-to-man and Brady blitzed them for fucking a touchdown in 36 seconds. I mean, how do you do that? And even if they...
Now, again, though, the head coach is always ultimately responsible, but isn't that a bit of that on the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, on the defensive coordinator of fucking the Rams. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
right, yeah,
exactly.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always been a little questionable. Sometimes I think he plays like lights out scheme, and then he does shit where I'm like, dude, what are you doing,
and so,
dude?
So, going back to the propaganda, like I watched Stephen A. with, Raheem Morris should get a job. I'm like, Raheem Morris? Did you see him go man to man with 3 minutes to go when the game was over? Now, I don't blame I don't blame the head coach of the Rams because at least on the one possession, he ran it 3 times up the middle. He didn't do what Shanahan did in the Super Bowl for Atlanta Falcons once Julio Jones made the greatest catch in Super Bowl history, and all you have to do is run it 3 times up the middle, kick a field goal with Bryant, and the game's over. I mean, at least the Rams guy ran it up the middle 3 times, kicked a field goal. It's not his fault that the guy kicked a 45-yard field goal that went 35 yards. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, so I don't blame McVay there, but the defense coordinator on the other one was just pretty bad. So, anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do you like this
And
week?
going back, so like the Bengals, to me, like, but especially when they're offering the 7.5 point spread, my instincts are like, dude, that's a good bet.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of points to cover. But then I start feeling like Vegas is begging for that, which makes me nervous. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, why would Vegas be putting that kind of spread on it?
It's kind of
unless
like,
they wanted the money to come in on that, which obviously it did.
I think fucking Kansas City's defense sucks. Their passing defense. Do I think they're going to give up 266 yards to Jamar Chase and 4 touchdowns like they did last time? No. And that was at home, and they only won by 3. They were down 14 twice. I personally think Kansas City's going to crush them. I think they're going to beat them by 35-14. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm always wrong in sports. That's why I don't bet no more. So, I mean, it shouldn't shock me.
So you would give the point.
I like Kansas City.
Or 7, I think it is.
I like Kansas City. Now, I was all in on Frisco when they played the Rams 3 weeks ago. I actually made a bet on it for a small bet. And
week 18.
And if you look at that game after it was 17-0 Rams, fucking Stafford and the Rams never got a yard. They sacked him 4 times. The San Francisco defense is a monster.
Yeah.
But can Jimmy G get it done? I think somebody I was talking to last night said Jimmy G gets the raw end of the stick, and I the guy at Dallas Star Games, and I agree with him. The guy wins 70% of the games. The thing is who was the worst quarterback in the Green Bay game, Jimmy G or fucking Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers was.
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
Aaron Rodgers played like shit. But do you watch any of these fucking ridiculous fucking talk shows talk about how bad Aaron Rodgers? All they talk about, Jimmy G tried to give the game away. Now, Jimmy G fucking made some great passes on the last fucking possession along with Debo to get them in the field goal range. So don't give me the shit. You know what I'm saying? Stafford throws a pick.
Also, Green Bay does have a good D, man. They do.
They only gave up 3 the whole game, so yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
So the fact that all I'm saying is Jimmy G all he does is win, and they give him shit. And when Stafford throws a pick 6 in 3 games in a row, which has never been done in NFL history, nobody says a word. Nobody says a word. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody is accountable. It never gets accountable except for Jimmy G. I think it's pretty unfair. So, anyway.
So what do you think about that game? The Rams and Niners. You think the Niners are going to take it?
What's really weird in this game is it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a season. It's tough to beat a team twice in a season. With that said, I really loved Frisco in that first game. I think the Rams are going to win, but I don't know if they're going to cover. I think this is going to be a really good game. I mean, I have people I talk to, they think the Rams are going to kill them, but how do you say that? I mean, look what San Francisco's done the last 4 weeks. They went into Cincinnati, beat Cincinnati. They went into Dallas, mashed Dallas. They went into they went into the Rams, okay, mashed them after the first quarter. They went in the Lambeau and won. I mean, is there any team that's played a tougher last 5 games than San Francisco? They've been playing for the Super Bowl life, for their playoff life for 5 weeks.
Yeah, and it's like, I agree with you. And, it's also like when people say they're going to crush them, like, you're looking at on paper, I could see why they would say that. Well, but also, when's the last time the Rams did crush them?
Yeah, well, what they're doing is
4 years ago?
What they're doing is they're basing it off of a Arizona team that was a shell of themselves at the last 6 weeks of the year. They had disintegrated, so they got crushed, right? They're building it off of the fact that it should have been 27-3 in favor of the Rams at the end of the first half. And somehow on paper, they really crushed Tampa Bay. But people are...
That's not the Niners. Yeah, that's the problem.
That's exactly. And with that said, the fact that the Rams almost gave it away to Tampa Bay only gave up 7 points in that second half. So they made the adjustments. They played well, that D. They just didn't have enough horses. I don't know. The missing those offensive linemen really affected Tom Brady a lot. I mean, he was running for his life, and he just never had a chance. So.
Yeah, and I heard Trent Williams might play, but he's kind of banged up for the Niners. So honestly, that one I could just kind of flip a coin on. I have no freaking idea.
I'm gonna make a Super Bowl.
I think KC.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a Super Bowl prediction of. It's close. I think we're gonna have a rematch, Kansas City, San Francisco. I do.
Oh yeah, from like a few years ago, right?
Yeah, but if it's Kansas City and the Rams, would it shock me? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? If Cincinnati wins, it will shock me. I will tell you that much, and I'll be pulling for Cincinnati because I don't know. I just don't think much of Kansas City's defense, and I love this.
And honestly, I don't want to piss anybody off, but I just don't like KC, to be honest. I just don't. I think they're going to win. I don't know that they're going to cover the points. But I just don't like them. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I just don't.
Yeah, I got one caller that says take the points. Well, take the points all last week was kind of the answer. It wouldn't shock me if there's 2 blowouts this week. But who knows? This fucking NFL is...
Who knows? Yeah, after all, Mike, it's a game played with an oblong ball. So
Exactly. All right, my man. Predict, man. Have a good weekend.
Hey, can I ask you a real quick question, man? Mm-hmm. I was going to ask a couple weeks ago if you're going to play the LAPC, but obviously I know you're not.
The answer is no.
Earlier on the pod.
Will not be there.
I can...
Yep.
Yeah, because it's already going.
First of all,
I just noticed that they had an event. It's a small one, but it was Pot Limit Omaha 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just okay. See, I've never even heard of that, dude.
That's probably my best game. Yeah, I play a lot of it.
Interesting. Okay,
listen,
yeah.
They've destroyed the Commerce Casino. The Commerce Casino is one of the biggest dumps of any casinos in the whole entire country. They fired.
Yeah, I haven't played there in like 10 years.
They got rid of Matt Savage after 20 years. I could give 2 hoops of a fuck about the LAPC. So I won't be going there. But anyways, I appreciate it, man. I'll talk to you. Have a great weekend.
Brother. Well, hey, good luck in Dallas, man.
Thanks, man. Take care.
All right, brother. See you.
So we're going to be be giving away a lot of things to Dallas Poker House. A lot of garb on the podcast. A lot of entries into the World Series of Poker. A lot of things on the horizon. Can't believe I'm moving to Dallas. John, I'm moving to Dallas, man. Do I have to really be a Cowboy fan, Mr. Garza? Please don't make me be a Cowboy fan. Please don't make me be a Cowboy fan.
Your call.
Mike to streams to pay players to play. All right, I don't know what that means. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Yo, what's up, Mikey?
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Who's this?
Gypsy Frank, what's happening?
What are you doing, Frank? How's it going?
Shit, brother, hanging out. It's freezing my ass off in Georgia. What are you up to?
Dude, I was freezing my ass off in Texas, man. That fucking shit was cold. It was like 40.
It gets fucking cold in Texas, don't it? Yeah. You wouldn't think.
Yeah, unbelievable.
What did you think of the poker scene at Texas? Pretty crazy, huh?
Amazing, dude. I'm gonna say it. You know what? Now you brought that up, I'm gonna make this announcement to all the people that are watching the show right now. If you are a $1 and $2 grinder or a $2-5 grinder and are not playing in Texas, you need to go see a psychiatrist and check yourself into rehab. I can't understand the games there. I watched a 1-2 game. It was 480 to go 5 ways pre, and nobody had a pair. One person had ace king. One person had ace jack. one person had 7-6, one person had 7-5, and another person had, we never saw it because he couldn't beat a 7 on the end. The guy with 7-5 was scooping the pot with one pull of the deck. The flop came 10 deuce 3 of spades, offsuit 7 on the turn. And it came a spade on the river. And the guy who had ace king with the ace of spades didn't even know he had it. He's like, fuck, I can't beat a 7. Oh, fuck, I got a flush. Right? Then another guy put in.
Was this live stream?
No, this is live. Another guy put in 240 pre, 5 ways. Flop came 8 deuce 3. Bet 700, call 700, call 700. One guy had aces. The other guy had 6-8 offsuit. We never saw the other guy's hand. And
bro, that's fucking crazy. Came at
eight on the turn, and this guy scooped this like $3,000 pot in a $1-2 game. I just couldn't even.
That shit's pretty common. It's crazy.
I won an $1,800 pot in 2-5 PLO, where I got lucky, but my friend Chris came in to come kind of see me. He plays in these enormous fucking home games in Dallas. He came in, give my players a little bit of action. He capped it every hand, never looked at his cards, whatever. So they were limping a lot. Then he would pot it, and then they could repot it or whatever. So
right,
they let's take 2 limpers. He raised. I re-raised it with like piece of shit kings, like king, jack 3. Make it like 220. Came back to this girl, and she's like, puts her hand up in the air like, fuck, how much? 220? Fuck. She's like getting all mad. I'm thinking maybe she has like 9-10 jack queen or something like that, right? She says, oh, fuck it, I'm all in 420. And Chris calls, and I call, and somebody else calls. It came 5-5-5. Check, I bet my last 400. And she like goes into the tank, and then she calls, and everybody else mucks it. Somehow she has aces. Like what was she doing? Like I'm trying to figure out if she was like Hollywooding over fucking like the money's already all in there. What's the difference? And it came.
Yeah, exactly.
And my buddy he had the 3-6-7 king, and it came the ace king on the river.
No, how was it multi-way? You said 3-way?
4 ways for like 420.
Well, I guess if you just have fucking dry aces there, closing the action 4-way all in, aces aren't going to hold up very often, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny. Anyways, I laughed about it.
It was nuts. I lived in Houston like 4 years ago. I stood there for like 8-9 months, and the action was fucking nuts, like unlike anything I ever seen.
Yeah.
If I was dedicated to like grinding poker, I could have definitely made a living there for sure. Like, absolutely, you don't have to fucking play, like if you play GTO strategy, anything like that in those games, you're gonna fucking be a loser, honestly.
No shit. So there's a couple of people in there, and they're trying to fucking play GTO. That's why fucking Doug's getting destroyed in these fucking games, right? In the 2-5 game and the lodge games. He's trying to play fucking look at charts for 2-5 game. Like, just play fucking tight and just fucking take the money. I mean, what the fuck?
Pretty much. Like, we have a room here in Atlanta that's similar to the same format as Texas, where you rent your seat, but the joint is a 501c, so it's a charity where 51% of the proceeds go to charity. So what's frustrating about it is like your cash is like everything you do is logged, and I don't know which percentage of that gets reported to the IRS. So, like, for an example, I made a final table of a tournament recently, and I cashed for $8K, and I had to sign a W-2 for it, just like hitting a slot machine, which was frustrating. But the point of me saying that was playing in these games, like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, I'm playing 5-5, 1-3 to 5-5. And there's absolutely no reason to have any type of balance to your range because people aren't paying attention to it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 solid players in the game, which are even exploitable because nobody needs to have balance. It's kind of just stay out of each other's way in so many ways.
That's the right way to play, man. I mean, I can't get it out of my how good the games are in Dallas. I can't get. I mean, they were great when I was down at the Lodge, in Austin. But man, I thought they were way better in Dallas. So, listen, I wish Doug Polk well with the Lodge. All the owners of the Lodge, wonderful people, treated me like wonderful. So, I pull for all of the rooms, but. The Dallas Poker House is truly the nicest poker room, standalone poker room I've ever been in. They put a lot of money in it, and hopefully I could help turn this around and make big dividends for them. So.
Yeah, man, just fucking show appreciation to players. Most players,
that's all
most
it's about.
don't.
Dude, that's all the meeting we had. I'm like, all these shitbag floor men that make mistakes, they've all got to either fix it or get the fuck out. All the same with the dealers. I'm like, everybody who comes in here, you are going to treat every person with kindness like they are a family member. People want to come and play poker like they feel like they're a part of something. And if you do that,
just fucking don't be petty with shit too, man.
Yeah.
Like, fucking give people free coffee and free water, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, giving someone something free, I don't know, even if it's, something worth $1, it shows appreciation.
Yeah.
And
they
personally, I don't know.
They just opened the restaurant in there. It's a real small kitchen that we can expand it up another 100 feet. I'm bringing my sushi chef down, guy who runs my sushi restaurant down the street, because I'm thinking about making it a Mike the Mouse Poker Club Dallas with and sushi bar. I asked, sushi's pretty popular everywhere. And even
are y'all able to serve liquor in that place?
We are getting a beer and wine license at the end of the month. You'd
have to have a full restaurant to be able to serve liquor, correct?
Yeah, and the reason why they don't want to go with a all-out liquor license, and the owners were explaining to me yesterday, is beer and wine license. The taxes are 8%. If you go full out, your taxes on everything is 14%. So that's a big difference. So they also have a patio, a really nice patio outside, which I want to turn into a kind of like a dance nightclub type of atmosphere. And then we're going to be putting some pool tables. Because, see, another thing is these things were originally designed to be social clubs. So we're going to put to make sure that they don't come kind of like try and pull the license from us like they did down the street.
Put some fucking chess tables and backgammon and shit.
Backgammon, pool tables. We're on top of things.
Ping pong table, whatever, even if no one uses it.
We have a whole corner up by the restaurant that we could do for that. So all these are on the tables. Me and my partners pretty much we laid it all out. This is what we're gonna need. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we want to do. I really think I can I could pop this place within 2 months, and for sure in 6 months. So,
cool, man. Best of luck with it. Congrats.
I just hope. Listen, I'm real excited. This is a big step for me leaving Las Vegas. My mom's here. She's 84. I hated leaving her. I asked her to come. She doesn't really want to. I met so many people. I got one guy who owns like 150 houses out there. He's gonna let me rent a really nice place and with an option to buy. And you could buy houses down in Dallas for dirt cheap, man, compared to Vegas and LA and shit like that. So, and you know what I was pretty impressed about is Dallas. The people in Dallas are really nice. I mean, it's like you go out in Vegas, everybody's stuck up. They're all about money. I mean, Dallas people they're pretty nice. I mean, except for the Dallas Stars game, I go to the Vegas Golden Knight games, which are insane, and the energy in this fucking game was like death. Now, granted, they played horrible, but like you go to the Vegas games, they're down 4-0, they're still going crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was like a morgue in this fucking place, and I was just like. I've never left any sporting event after the second period in my life. We left after the second period. They were down 5-0. It was just so awful to watch. They couldn't even make a pass.
Well, what are you going to do? I'm sure it'll be, some adjusting or whatever, different phase of life and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I'm living in Vegas.
Yeah, I just, I hope, I listen, that's why I'm renting a big RV, probably one of those fucking real big ones, those like $200,000-$300,000 ones. And I'm going to like, you know how you could tow your car to the back of them? Tow my car in the back of it and bring the little boys and girls in the RV so they could run around and not be locked up in the cages. And I am very, very worried. Even on that type of because it is on the road. I worry about Flash. I said I was never going to move.
A shit ton of CBD.
Yeah, they have CBD. They got all kinds of shit. These cats are so fucking spoiled. You have no idea.
I think there's fucking Valium for them too, like for flying and stuff.
I don't know, but where's Flash? Is he on the top of that couch over there? I bet he is.
You've been playing in your private game online?
I haven't because I had COVID for 2 weeks and then I was in Dallas for a week, but I will be playing tonight. And I haven't even played one game in my big game. I rolled off 17 wins in a row and made a fortune in it.
Nice.
And then I haven't even been back. I haven't even given them a quarterback. They're probably like, what the fuck, Mike hit and run us for all this money? But
yeah, right.
I quit smoking.
Speaking of COVID, I had COVID first of the year, man. I'm 99% sure it was that Omicron shit or whatever, because I was only sick for 2 days maximum.
Yeah. Well, everybody's just 2 days. I had 2 weeks of horrible fucking symptoms. It was just awful. All my friends, I have 3 people that weren't vaccinated, got Omicron. They were over it in 48 hours. Me, I did all their fucking communist vax, and I fucking almost died.
No, I'm completely unvaccinated. But
of course.
Right after Christmas, first of the year, every single person I knew had it or was just getting over it.
Yeah.
During that time, it was nuts. Everybody. I knew probably over 30 people that had it. I don't know. It was crazy. It was sweeping the fucking nation.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got a question for you. I am coming to Vegas on the 5th. There's a Garth Brooks concert. What do you call it? Where's some good places in Vegas to eat at?
What do you want to eat? Hi, Flash.
Are the buffets back open?
I don't know. What do you like? Steak, seafood, fucking
steak? Yeah, steaks.
I mean, I personally.
There?
I mean, there's so many good steakhouse. Del Fresco's right off Paradise is good. The one at the Bellagio is real good. Jean George over at the Aria is real good. My favorite is Hank's over at the Green Valley Ranch, but that's about 12 miles off the strip. There's just so many good places, man. So you can't.
All right, pick the best one and tell me. I'll go.
I'm gonna go with Jean George at the Aria. It's probably the best for you right now.
No, there's one.
Which one?
Jean George.
There's one that's in the basement underneath.
Where? Oh, the new one they just opened at the Aria?
No, it's old. It's somewhere downtown, I think.
Oh, that one sucks compared to Jean George. I know which one you're talking about.
So?
Yeah, it's good though. Yeah. Yeah, John George the Aria, you'll like that. All right, my man. Have a great weekend.
Good luck with your what'd you say?
Good luck. Have a great weekend, and I'll keep in touch, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll look you up if I'm in Dallas. Take care.
You got it, my man. All right, everybody. Let's all sing happy birthday to Flash. I know it's 2 weeks late, but it was because Daddy had COVID. So everybody and all my followers, let's do it. Happy birthday to Flash. No. Happy birthday to Flash. Happy birthday to Flashy. Happy birthday to you. My baby boy made it to 20 years old. I'm so proud of him. Welcome to the Mouthpieces, Mike. What up?
Mike, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm really good. Listen, first of all, I want to wish you the best with your new venture.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm sure you'll make it a success.
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, where do we go? I saw a really weird hand in a micro. I was playing on GG Poker in a tournament, just a micro tournament. A weird hand, or do we go politics?
Let's stick with poker today. Politics I got to worry about because the YouTube commies are trying to censor me every time I say something that they don't like. So.
Oh, okay. Well, poker is a safe zone. Okay, I'm in this little tournament, and I fold. There's three guys with action to my left. They go all in pre-flop.
Yep.
The first guy's got king queen off. The second guy's got ace jack of hearts. The next guy's got king queen off. Mm-hmm. And you know how things go very quickly. They just throw the flop down, right?
Yep.
They're all in, and the flop comes king, king, queen. And I'm going back and forth. I'm going, look at this. This is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. The king, queen, and the king, queen, they've nailed it, right?
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, the pot goes up the middle to the guy on the left, in between the king, queens. And I'm going,
what do you make? What do you make a royal? Ace jack? What do you make a royal?
Yeah, that's what happened. He had ace jack of hearts, king, queen on the flop, 10 on the river, and the guy scoops it, and like I'm going, wow. Woo! You just don't see hands like that every day.
I saw hands in this fucking Dallas poker house like I ain't never seen before. I mean, I'll say it again. If you play 1, 2, and 2-5, no limit or PLO or Big O, and you ain't playing in fucking in Texas, you just really need to get your head examined. I mean it too. I have never seen what I witnessed there. You know, part of the what we're going to do here at the Dallas Poker House is we're going to teach about an hour a day, probably on Saturday mornings, to try and help the 1-2 players get a little bit better. It's very important because of the fact that we charge $13 an hour to rent a seat, that they don't actually take time to keep people in their seat. So most places around Vegas, they keep people in their seat between 5.5 and 6 hours. One of their biggest competition in Dallas, they keep people in the seat around 5 hours and 15 minutes. And we were keeping people in our seat around 3.5 hours. So we are going to lower the buy-ins in the 1-2 to $200. You know, it's in some of the 1-2 games. You could play in the bigger ones if you want. And lower the 2-5s to $500. And right now they're like $3,000. So you just don't want the suckers just getting destroyed. And so that's going to be a big adjustment to keep the players in the room, sustain the games a little bit longer. And the thing is once people see there's 10, 15 games going in there, they're not going to wait at the place down the street. They're just going to come to us. You see what I'm saying? And once they start coming to us and they see the service we provide, they see the service I provide, they see how we have an amazing restaurant where they don't have any. We have a bar and wine license where they don't have any. And they see a poker room that's one of the nicest places to ever play at. I do believe whether we get the business from down the street, I don't care. There's so many poker players in Dallas. And I went to a home game Monday. Guy told me he'd bring me 200 players. I went to another one on Tuesday. Guy told me he'd bring me 300 players. Went to another one on Wednesday. Guy told me he'd bring me 100 players, right? He says, we have like 8 home games that have a player base of, it's just ridiculous what they were saying to me. So, you know, even if they're exaggerating and they bring in 300 players, that's 30 games. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, probably 8 full games round the clock. See what I'm saying? So I knew I had a lot of contacts out there. The fact that every one of these home games I went to, everyone knew who I was and they loved me there. And the fact that I told them that I bought this place and I have a big equity interest in it, really made people happy. A lot of them didn't even know that the place existed. So, you know, I'm all in, man. I mean, you know, listen, when I was working for Full Tilt, I worked my ass off. When things got bad for me and I had my injury, I killed myself to get back on top. You know what I mean? I'm a hard worker. I care about poker. I'm all in on Dallas Poker House. And it's going to be called Mike the Mouth's Dallas Poker House. We're not really going to rebrand anything, but we are going to put my logo on the billboards and all over a lot of the merchandise, and going to rent out a booth at the World Series this year, where I am going to be, doing autographs an hour a day. We're going to be giving out garb. We're going to be giving out free World Series of Poker free rolls for a $10,000 seat. Probably going to give out once a week for that from here till the World Series. So there's a lot of things going to be going on at the Dallas Poker House, and I'm going to have a big saying on what goes on. Me and my partners, Jason and Todd, are going to be working 50 hours a week. I'm going to be working between 15 and 20. They don't want me there every day. They want to pretty much promote the days I'm in, and I'll be playing on the stream once or twice a week. So, looking forward to it.
Don't you live in Vegas now?
I do, but I am moving. I am all in. For you. I am all in on Dallas Poker House. So,
is your room 24/7?
Yes. Yes, the room is 24/7.
Okay, well, all you got to do is make sure you got good management, make sure that you look after your customers are there, and you're going to be golden.
Yeah, one of the biggest problems we have right now is people complaining about the floor people. That's why where Todd and Jason come in. Listen, if people don't improve, they have to find another job. I'm hoping I don't want to fire.
All they have to do.
Yeah, I don't want to fire anybody.
All they got to do, all your floor managers, they just got to know poker and give people fair decisions.
Yeah.
And people will respect that.
Well, there was a guy who was a big fan of mine. I was in the room yesterday, and he's like, I'm never coming back here, Mike. I'm like, whoa. I'm taking over this place in 2 weeks. Relax. He's like, look, there's 5 seats open in this game. There's 2. He goes, and look, they're too stupid to combine the tables. I go, relax. We're going to get this all taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And so...
Yeah.
We have a lot of good floor people there. There are a lot of good people there, and we're going to be training them how to be good floor people. And if they can't cut the mustard, they will have to find another place to work. It's going to be very professional. I guarantee you this. This I could guarantee you. This room is the nicest poker room in Texas, and it will be the most well-run room in Texas. And when they come in, they are going to be ecstatic to play there. That's all I could guarantee. And we're going to go from there. You know what I mean? I'm going to put my heart and soul into it. One thing about me is, and everybody in the poker world will tell you this, and this is why I'm able to compete at the highest levels at the World Series year after, is because I work so hard. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to just quit. Once I put my mind to something, I put my mind to it. And, if things go well here, and hopefully, and we don't get our license pulled or anything, we plan on franchising this, poker house into lots of Mike the Mouth card rooms in Texas. So we will see what happens. And I'm going to work real hard for these owners that I went in business with. I like them all. They're very nice. They're very good, hard-working business people. And I'm going to bring everything I can for them. So that's it.
Well, very good. Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe you've lost count, but you've played a lot of poker over the years. How many live royal flushes have you had in your career?
In Hold'em?
Yeah, just in Hold'em.
2.
In your career, how many live?
2.
Have you lost?
2.
2.
I've had about 10 or 12 in PLO. 2.
Okay, get ready for this.
I shouldn't say that. I had 3. I had one the other day. But it wasn't live. It was online. Poker? It was online. You're right. It was live. Online.
So it was online. No. Listen, I'm an occasional type of player, and I played at area probably 2.5 years out of the last 5 years at area. I was like there all. I had 3 live royals at Aria, just one house. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I haven't played nearly as much poker as you have.
Yeah.
But and then I'm not a word of a lie. I had one. My first was in hearts. My second one was in spades. It was 4 on the board, and then the third one was just like over 2 years ago. It was in diamonds. So I'm looking for clubs to get the quadfecta or whatever you call it.
There you go. Yep.
Well,
I appreciate the call. Who do you like in football tomorrow? Who's your pick?
Jimmy G. He doesn't get much respect.
It's so unfair. It's so unfair what they do to this poor guy.
It's insane. Now they always say, "Oh, win-loss for a quarterback's not important." Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Rodgers is the best
right?
quarterback. Rodgers is the best quarterback I ever seen. Right? He's made one Super Bowl. He had the best team he ever had this year. He had the greatest defense he's ever had. He had one of the best offenses. He had a running game. And they fucking had the worst special teams in the history of the NFL. And they took away a chance for him to go to a Super Bowl. By the way, I just want to say this online. I'll say it to you. If Brady does retire, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams will be playing for the Tampa Bay Bucks next year. That's all I want to say.
Okay. What about Player of the Year?
Who's going to get MVP?
Yeah, MVP. It's between Rodgers and Brady.
It's Rodgers.
Okay, what about the COVID thing? Are they gonna punish him?
No. What did he do?
Well, they could. They could.
What did he do? What did he do? Oh, he didn't take a medical procedure.
Yeah, he's come out. I'm on that.
Oh wait.
Basically.
Well, so what? So what? What?
Well,
we live in a free country.
League position.
Fuck the league position. Okay. Vaccines don't stop the spread of COVID. Here, that's not fake news. Those are facts. Vaccines do not stop the spread of COVID. You know what the definition of a vaccine is? Go look up the definition of a vaccine. This is not a vaccine.
Well, with
this
definitions,
is
okay, Mike, definitions don't count anymore. They just changed the definition of a racist.
Correct.
Apparently, black people in the United States can't be racist anymore.
Yeah, they call white people fucking crackers. It's not racist anymore. Yeah. We're living in a clown world, buddy. It's a clown world.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
I'm a Canadian.
Are you the greatest?
I'm a Canadian.
Yep.
What?
No,
I'm a Canadian. I'm unvaxxed, and my prime minister has told me, even though my first marriage was to a woman of color, I'm a racist and a misogynist.
Yeah, well, he's a sick person. How about the fact they won't let the fucking Canadian truckers come across the border if they're not vaxxed? If you think the supply chain was bad before, watch what happens in the next 2 weeks. But again, I will ask the question. I want to ask somebody, answer me the question. What does having vaccine do to eradicate COVID? Thank you. The answer is zero. So why is there being mandated?
I got a solution.
What?
For the Americans, this is your solution. Get rid of 90% of government. Get rid of 90%.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, Department of Energy, eliminate it.
No shit.
Homeland Security, eliminate it. Get rid of 90% of government.
Yep.
And here's the kicker. You got the 10% less that's left, the 10% of government that's left, they take a half pay cut. If you don't like it, lump it.
Listen,
there's lots of people who will take your job.
How about the fact that when they put a bill forward to when you're in public office, you can't be in the stock market. You see Pelosi go crazy?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't be in the sweet spot, right?
I don't want to listen because I know fucking the McConnells of the world are dirt balls also. But Nancy Pelosi is going to be 83 and she's running for re-election. Do you need to know any more? She makes $175,000 a year, is worth $184 million.
Mike,
do you need to know any more?
80 is the new 50.
Yeah, well, these people are
It's insane. All these octogenarians running the show. Are you kidding me?
The top 5 fucking most powerful people in America are over 80 years old. Do you need to know any more? They're all corrupt. Pelosi's corrupt. Schumer's corrupt. Fucking, what's his name? Fucking McConnell's corrupt. Fucking Trump's corrupt. Fucking Biden's corrupt. These are all corrupt people, man. Listen, the retirement age is 65. Okay? Why do we have 81-year-olds running the fucking country? What's up, Bubba?
All you need to do is get Brady into politics. He's got 50 years ahead of him.
Yeah. I'm still not so sure.
Yeah, because he can go to 104 in politics. A lot easier than, having big 250, 300-pounders jumping on you.
Again, I'm not so sure he's going to retire, man. He was pissed that they put this, because that's what they do. I'm telling you, ESPN, Fox Sports, they're all fucking propaganda, just like CNN and MSNBC and Fox News, right? They want to be the first to a story. They put out bullshit. Brady completely denied it. He's supposed to be on Monday on this podcast. Now, I just don't think Brady made up a decision that quick, but maybe he did. I don't know. We'll see.
The only thing that really bothers me is the way that Arians came out and he slapped that guy in the head. That doesn't look good. Yeah. That's not the kind of leadership that you want.
Arians?
When you're bringing.
You mean Mr. You mean Mr. All-Out Blitz Cover Zero, and the other team had no timeouts after you just had all the momentum? Yeah. That idiot? Oh, okay.
If Brady retires, it's because of Arians.
I agree. What do you think? Give me a Super Bowl pick tomorrow.
We got 2 games tomorrow. You're talking about picks to get to the Super Bowl?
Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Well, I can't go beyond. I wouldn't put a lot of money on it, but I want Jimmy G to get to the Super Bowl. I don't care what else happens.
All right, my man. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, very nice talking to you.
You're welcome. Later. All right. We got one more. One more. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man? Welcome to the Mouthpiece. Who's this?
Steve. How you doing?
Steve, where are you from?
Well, I'm right here in, Mesquite, Nevada.
Oh, you're right down the street. Awesome, man. How's it going?
Yeah. All right. I had a poker question.
You got it, my man.
What do you think about playing in the Texas Hold'em first 2 spots, just playing aces, kings and queens and king, and then
I'll be honest with you.
Open up after that.
You tournament or cash?
Cash.
I play cash. I play fucking real tight in the first 3 spots. I throw ace jack away. I throw ace 10 away. I throw king queen away. I just don't play them up front. Okay, but in tournaments, I'll raise the 8-9, the 9-10s. I'll raise a lot of shit up in tournaments because. It's all about picking up lines and antes. But, play tight, man. Now you got the right thing going, man. First 3 spots, I play really tight. Cash games. Yeah. Really tight. Okay. Really tight.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I keep getting censored. Get on Fox's, website. They fucking censor the fuck out of me.
Hell, they took down 3 of my podcasts because.
How are they censoring him?
Yeah, how are they censoring you?
Well, I get on there and I've been at the, studying constitutional law and all that for 30 years. I get on there and I talk about our dual jurisdiction system where, the District of Columbia is one jurisdiction inside the 10 square miles and that's where they have unlimited government. Outside that 10 square miles, they have very limited government, and that's another jurisdiction. We have a dual jurisdiction system.
Well, no shit.
But and there's a reason why they blend the jurisdiction.
There's a reason why they want to turn D.C. into a state, brother. Listen, I don't know if it'll hold up in the Supreme Court, but the Pennsylvania legislature found that all those mass mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania were unconstitutional, which we already knew anyways. You know what I mean? And, fucking crazy orange man fucking tweeted about it yesterday. But, I don't think it'll hold up in court. But the truth of the matter is everybody who's any educated, they want to sit there and pass this Voting Law Act to make it easier to vote. They want to make, they say that. They use those talking points. Easier to vote. So black people and brown people make it easier to vote. And no, it's not about that. It's about getting mass mail-in ballots with no voter ID. Okay, this is the truth. Look it up.
Yeah,
look at the fucking. Yeah. And
totally agree.
And what's so funny, this is again the hypocrite of the left is they say they're pushing, like in California, New York, vaccine mandates. You can't go anywhere. You see that little girl they pulled out 2 weeks ago from a museum because she didn't have a vaccine card. She was 6 years old. I mean, that's fucking fascism at its highest, by the way. You know what I mean? Everything they say that Trump is what they are. So, they're just pure fascist. And so the fact that they're pushing these vaccine mandates of a vaccine that doesn't stop anybody from getting COVID, and the fact that they're pushing this, they're going to sit there, they're trying to push the Voting Rights Act across the thing so they can federalize elections when the founding fathers purposely made elections to the states so the states can make up their own election laws, they're just trying to, because they know the truth. I can't say this because I don't want to get this episode taken down, but they know the truth of how many votes they got, okay? They know that if they don't have the mass mail-in ballots, they aren't going to win. And that's just the truth. I'm just being honest. I could prove it to anybody. So, I'm going to stay apolitical today because I think it's a very important episode for me, announcing my buying of the Dallas Poker Club, Poker House.
Yeah, I'm thinking about moving down to Texas myself.
Yeah. Come on down, man. Come play some poker with us.
Because I just think we're just almost like California right now. Nevada is.
It is. We're a bright blue commie state, and
I grew up in Colorado, and it used to be somewhat Republican. Now that's all blue. And,
yeah. Well, I've been telling people for like 4 years the crazy policies of California and New York is being done on purpose so people leave California and New York to go to Texas and to go to Florida so they could try and turn these states blue. And if they do, it's game over. But it's so stupid. They leave these states because they can't stand the policies and the crime and all that shit that's going on in these states. Yet they'll move to Texas and Florida and then vote the same way. Makes you wonder how stupid.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing that. They're going up to Idaho right now. My friend says they go up to Idaho and they vote the same way up there.
Yep, that's what they do.
Old Idaho people up there, and they come in. They hate them.
Yeah. All right, man. I got to go. I just realized I didn't take my pain pill because I lost track. I was supposed to take it.
All right.
6 hours.
Have a good one. Good luck in Texas, man.
Who you like for Super Bowl tomorrow?
I like Cincy to cover and the Rams to cover, and that's kind of
all right.
I haven't bet them yet, but I think that's my. I think KC wins, but they're not going to cover.
Got it. All right. Have a great weekend, my friend. Thanks for the call.
All right. See you.
All right. So we're going to wrap up another edition of the Mouthpiece. There's going to be a lot of swag given away to Dallas Poker House. I'll be moving to Dallas in a couple weeks. If you're in the Dallas, Texas area, come see me. And a lot of good things going on at the Dallas Poker House. Live streams are going to be starting in a couple weeks. My man Danny's coming up there to set it all up. And I wish you all a very good weekend and a happy championship Sunday. My picks are the Rams and Kansas City in the Super Bowl with Frisco covering the spread and Kansas City winning big. We'll see who's right. Talk to you guys next week on the Mouthpiece. We're going to be running a podcast every week from the Dallas Poker House starting in 2 weeks. Talk to you guys later.
The Mouthpiece.